The first big Black Ops Cold War Year 2 content update is finally on its way. A brand new update was just launched today, which is around 9.4 gigabytes. Obviously, that file size is way too large considering Trek just released a tiny patch. These are the patch notes that they released. For progression, they renamed the progression tab to career progression and added a legacy progression tab in barracks for easier progression menu navigation. They addressed an issue where seasonal progression was showing incorrect prestige icons. For the general changes, they addressed a clipping issue when using the zombie head gesture while using a sentry score streak. They addressed an issue where the visual effects could remain stuck on the player when performing the soul torn finishing move. For multiplayer, they addressed the combat record, an issue specifically where the combat record could sometimes appear locked under certain circumstances. For zombies, they fixed some UI issues. They addressed an error that would sometimes occur when playing Outbreak in split screen, and they addressed an issue in Forsaken where the pizza delivery text could overlap the trial text. So yeah, this small little update released, and immediately everyone knew there was secret content in the files of the game that Trek just hadn't announced yet, since not that long ago they did say that there are new operators on their way to the game. But it appears as though we are not just getting new operators and weapons, but also maps. I really didn't know if they were going to go through with this, so all of this information is coming from various different data miners over on Twitter. We do not know exactly when this content is going to release, but Trek did say that it's preparing for the launch of Season 2 in Vanguard and Warzone, which is obviously next week on the 14th of February on Monday, which is actually Valentine's Day. So it seems like we will see this content next Monday most likely. If not, they might release it a bit later, and they might not release all of the content at once. They might sparse it out a little bit. And I am so glad that Black Ops Cold War is getting a lot of new content throughout its second year, throughout 2022. It seems like this is going to be the first of many updates to come. So the first map that's been found in the files is WMD, the Russian nuclear base located in the Ural Mountains, specifically on Mount Yamantau. This was a map in Black Ops 1 that we saw remastered in Black Ops 4, but it's back again. Data miners have been posting leaked images and even gameplay. They've managed to actually load up the map. It's all over Twitter. I won't be able to show it in this video due to obvious copyright reasons, but yeah, I can't wait to play this map again. I know some people are a little bit disappointed that they're just straight up remasters, ones that we've already seen before, but bear in mind, this is all just year 2 content, so any content is good content. I just don't even care if the maps we've already seen remastered before, to be honest. So this map is probably going to go live on Monday, as we were saying, if not later on. We don't know the exact schedule because Trek haven't confirmed anything. The thing is though, in the Black Ops Cold War storyline, Mount Yamantau got nuked, so is this map going to be set before it got nuked? I'd assume so. The next map that's been found in the files is Jungle. Unlike WMD though, it's apparently not actually in the game yet. There's just references to it in the files, but you can't load it up like you can with WMD. So I'm guessing Jungle will release later on. Once again, we saw this map already remastered in Black Ops 4 and even Black Ops 3 as part of the Back in Black PlayStation pre-order bundle. And Jungle has actually been rumored to return inside of Black Ops Cold War for a very long time. So maybe a lot of those remastered maps that were rumored throughout Black Ops Cold War seasons will instead be releasing during its year 2. And they were saving a lot of these remasters for this year because they're probably not going to release any brand new maps. The next thing that's been found in the files is Ravenov is coming as an operator. It seems like he's going to be a tracer pack bundle in the store. The thing is though, various different leakers on Twitter have recently been hinting that Kravchenko as well as Dr. Peck are also going to be coming as operators, but apparently they're not in the files yet. So like I was saying, Black Ops Cold War is probably going to get a bunch of updates throughout 2022. So Ravenov's probably going to release very soon, and then the other operators will release later on down the line. If Kravchenko does release as an operator though, it might be after Forsaken. We thought that he might have died when the gas leak occurred, but maybe he managed to survive, and since Black Ops 2 would probably still be canon, he's probably made his way over to Afghanistan to help out with the drug cartels and Raul Menendez and distributing weaponry. In terms of Dr. Peck, I would love to see him as an operator, and I guess it makes sense with the ending of Forsaken being left on a cliffhanger where Peck is trying to receive some old friends in in the Pacific. And this is 5 years later in 1990, so in that 5-year gap between Forsaken and Trek's next Call of Duty title, Peck would have been up to stuff, so it would make sense for him to now come as an operator. Now, the operator everyone wants to see is, of course, Eddie Richtofen, the director of Requiem, or ex-director now. So far, there's been no word of him coming as an operator, but I would love to see Trek get Nolan North back and us see him as an operator. Maybe they'll want to save it for the next game though, but I know it would sell like crazy. And with Vanguard's sales being extremely low, I'm guessing Activision probably want to capitalize on Black Ops Cold War's success, because there's still a lot of fans that just don't care about Vanguard, especially because Zombies has been very poorly received. They might be trying to make up for those lost sales and lost revenue inside of Black Ops Cold War. The next thing that has been found is a Vargo 52 assault rifle, and it's apparently going to come with a Mastercraft bundle. I don't know what the weapon challenge is going to be for this. I won't be able to show the Mastercraft on screen due to copyright, but it's very weird. It almost has these weird sound wave pulsations going through it. It looks very, very weird, unlike any other Mastercraft we have seen before. The next thing that's been found in the files is a Scythe melee weapon. I believe this might be coming with the Ravenov bundle. I'm not entirely sure on that though. There's been references to an SMG found in the files too. I don't know when this is releasing because it's apparently not loadable in the game right now, unlike the Vargo 52 assault rifle, so this is probably something coming later on. Like I said earlier, WMD and Jungle are coming, and I hope when they do release, they are released to Onslaught 2, because so far we haven't heard anything about Year 2 Zombies content for Black Ops Cold War, so it would be nice to get them in Onslaught 2. There's still a bunch of multiplayer maps in the game that I've just never released to Onslaught or Onslaught Containment for the gunfight maps, so there's still plenty they could work with future Onslaught content. The thing is though, if they are bringing back Jungle, which was one of the rumoured maps that was going to release during the main DLC cycle, then I wonder if all of the other rumoured maps throughout 2021 will release this year instead. So some of the other maps that were rumoured are Launch, Radiation, Plaza, Yemen, Firing Range, and also Summit. I don't know if we could see any of those maps during this year. The thing is though, we know that there's a bunch of other Ural Mountains map locations that have unfortunately been cancelled. They were supposed to release inside of Fireteam and Outbreak, but we've never ended up seeing them. One being Weather Station, which features a remake of Summit within it. We then have Chemical Labs, Mines, and Battery. So these are locations that got cancelled. I don't think we're going to see them this year though. I think Trek have just completely abandoned Fireteam, unfortunately. Obviously, the Ural Mountains was supposed to release as a Battle Royale map, but we never ended up seeing it and it got cancelled. So probably these other locations were just not finished, and that's why they never ended up releasing. Zoo also only released in Outbreak. We never got to see it in Fireteam, even though it was planned. I would like to see this content, but I just don't think it's releasing. The thing is though, if Weather Station features Summit within it, it would make sense for Summit to release as its own 6v6 map, especially considering they're releasing WMD, and Summit is also set on Mount Yamantau in the Ural Mountains, so if they're releasing one map that's by it, why not release both? What I think happened is that Jungle as well as Summit were probably planned during the main DLC cycle, but Jungle got swapped out for Apocalypse, and Summit got replaced with the Mount Yamantau map, because they're both very similar maps, aesthetically and location-wise, environment-wise, but they just have different layouts, but they're still very similar even layout-wise, so that's probably what happened. There's two other leaks that were rumoured throughout Black Ops Cold War's first DLC cycle, that being the Sharpshooter Party mode, as well as a Dog's Killstreak. The Dog's Killstreak was even found in the alpha of the game. There was a big list of future score streaks that would be coming. All of them ended up releasing during the DLC seasons, apart from the Dogs. So the Dogs got cancelled for some reason. I wonder if we could see it during Year 2 though. We will just have to wait and see. Speaking of Dogs though, and this is unrelated to Black Ops Cold War, lots of leakers on Twitter have been saying that Snoop Dogg is coming as an operator. Now, we saw him as a voice pack in Call of Duty Ghosts. I don't know when he's going to be releasing though, and that's just for Vanguard and Warzone. He'll be a bundle in the store. Of course, he'll be hilarious just like in COD Ghosts. I don't think this is releasing for quite some time now, probably not until Season 4, maybe Season 3. I don't think he's coming in Season 2. This is something we're going to see later on. But yeah, there's been lots of leakers saying this. Of course, we have to take all leaks with a grain of salt, but it does seem to be set in motion. The next thing I want to mention is some false rumors started circulating earlier about a new Zombies map coming to Black Ops Cold War. Unfortunately, this rumor is false. How this rumor was started was data miners found a Pack-a-Punch camo in the files of the game with 3 different color variants, and they thought this was a new camo, so they thought if they're adding a new Pack-a-Punch camo, there must be a new Zombies map coming. It turns out this Pack-a-Punch camo is literally just from Mauer der Toten. I think the reason why people didn't recognize it at first was because it was on WMD, so it had different lighting to Mauer der Toten, and that's what threw them off. But yeah, no new Zombies map is coming, unfortunately, and I highly doubt a Zombies Chronicles 2 is coming for Black Ops Cold War. Maybe we'll see it in Treyarch's next Call of Duty game, but I don't think it's coming in this game, unfortunately. There's lots of people spreading rumors that it's going to come, and I am 99% sure it isn't, unfortunately. I was way more convinced during Black Ops Cold War's life cycle, but now that it's done with, I don't think there's really any chance. Since Treyarch are working on their next game and Vanguard Zombies at the same time, they just don't have time to even release it. But Zombies Chronicles 2 might be in the next game. Maybe we could see a transit remake in that game, but not this game. The next thing I want to mention is that Microsoft is saying that Call of Duty is not going exclusive to Xbox even after 2023, once the current deal with Sony ends with PlayStation. Now, some DLC might go live early or be exclusive to Xbox, but I don't think the games themselves are going to go exclusive. I could see Call of Duty going to the Game Pass and having some sort of deal with that though, and apparently they are wanting to bring Call of Duty and other IPs over to Nintendo platforms. And this is about time. Treyarch released a teaser clip for Terra Maledicta, the new Egypt Zombies map coming in Season 2 for Vanguard. Obviously, Egypt is the hub, and then it has a few different portal locations, one being in the Dark Aether, but it's red and hellish, unlike what we saw in Cold War Zombies, and you can see a bunch of fire. I love the aesthetic. I do wonder whether this is even on Earth, because this looks like a otherworldly planet, but of course it is in the Dark Aether, so it could be Earth because the Dark Aether exists parallel to the regular world, or universe should I say, and you don't need oxygen to breathe in the Dark Aether since you only need Ethereum. So it is possible this could be on another planet. We do see the sunset and what appears to be a moon, so nothing too crazy like 3 different moons or something like on Shangri-La that makes us think it's on Mars, but we will have to wait and see. There's been a lot of suggestions in the game that Cortifex might even be an alien, not from Earth. Finally, according to Ralph, a Call of Duty subscription service might be coming with Modern Warfare 2, as Infinity Ward hired a ex-Hulu director. I really don't know how to feel about this. What exactly will it be? Some people are saying it could be some sort of Battle Pass subscription where you pay a certain amount every month and then you get out the Battle Pass for every season, and you might get a free Call of Duty game with it too. It would be nice to see a Call of Duty subscription service though, if done right, because the games are really expensive, and especially considering people buy the game and then they just don't really touch it. If you just pay 1 month for a subscription, you can test out the game, and then you don't have to continue paying it if you don't want to play it anymore. So in that way, it's kind of a good thing. It can be perceived as a good or a bad thing. I do think that games are going to move in the direction of Netflix and the way that shows and movies have moved to subscription services. I think games are moving in that direction too, especially with the Xbox Game Pass. This is inevitable. This is just going to be the future of gaming. It has its pros and cons. Apparently, the Modern Warfare 2 logo, by the way, has had a color change. It was going to be blue. They've now changed it to green, like the classic Modern Warfare logo. And they've apparently completely overhauled the menu for the game as well. So it's kind of similar to a subscription service where you have all of the different games showing up and you can then select which one you want to play. Anyways, that's everything I wanted to go over in this video. Thank you for watching the video, and make sure to subscribe if you're not here for the latest and greatest Call of Duty news and information. So anyways, thank you for watching, and bye.